Oh, and it appears that we are live. Oh no, does it? Give me a thumbs up, people, if we're live. Matisse, this is how you know. Yeah, man, definitely turned 34, blood. Yeah, cause I'm getting old. I'm doing this whole. Is this all working?
I'm checking.
Nah, it is. I think it is. I think we are. It's telling me right now on OBS that we're working. Yep, I'm getting the thumbs up. Yes, you're live. I do this every time. The people that are so used to it. Yeah, although it says live at the bottom right. Yeah, I still have to ask. For those that are asking, Younes hasn't turned into a software. We are just waiting for him to arrive. I just thought, let me be quick and just set him up. So when he gets here, it's a boom, bam, bim thing. He's straight in there. Yeah, he's in there like swimwear, bro. But me and Matisse, we are out there like nose hair. What's the people them saying?
I've been hearing a lot about Enzo Fernandez today. A lot. But first of all, happy birthday to you, my brother. Do you know what I'm saying?
Man. Thank you, bruv. I'm turning 34 today. I don't feel like I'm 34, but I have a great feeling. Yeah, because today, the 29th of January, a special individual was born. We'll be spending on a special player, midfielder. That's the vibes I'm going with today, people.
Who is that?
Enzo, bro. What do you mean, who is that? Bro.
No. But who was born on this? What do you mean, special player? Yeah, I know, but I thought you said a player.
I'm talking about me, bro. Who else is more special than what on the 29th?
I thought you meant a player.
Nah.
I was like, wait, you and Enzo share the same birthday?
Nah. Today we're making it happen. We're making it happen, yeah? Because it's my birthday, and this is what I wanted for my birthday. I want Enzo Fernandez through the door. Yeah? Somebody in this chat can make this happen. Yeah? Can get this to Todd Bowley's mush right in front of his face. Guni says, get Enzo Fernandez over the line. But you know what? Before, I'm just going to give Matisse... No, sorry, not Matisse, because you're right here. I'm going to give Younes a minute. I'm just going to go through some comments first and foremost. I've got to give a thank you for the super chat from Diego. Thank you for the super chat. I'm sure this was part of the message. Have a wonderful day. I will do. Definitely. Samuel, you are right. A big stream is loading. Trust me. We are just waiting for Matisse to... I mean, it's twice. That is twice I've done that. We're just waiting for Younes. We're just waiting for Younes to show up. And then we're going to get this show on the road. But
what kind of birthday treats have you been having for you to be getting me and Younes mixed up, huh? What you playing at?
Hey, listen, I woke up at 9 a.m. I had a very strong edible, right? You know me, I don't hide. If you ask the questions, I will answer. It's brutally honest. I've had a very strong edible, right? And it's meant to be have a quarter
Look
of
at
it.
Younes' face.
It's meant to be have a quarter of it, right?
Younes comes in, he's like, what?
That's Younes you lot can hear in the background, but unfortunately, I don't know where my okay,
well,
listen,
I can see
this
Younes,
is why people.
You see this right here that you're going through?
Yeah.
This is like you're going through pre-season. And I'm too impatient for this. You see all this OBS, you know, all of this confusion. This is pre-season. This is when the performances start to show the teething problems. The Arsenal game this season. I don't have time for this.
Bro,
I'm Todd Boehly right now. I spend the money on StreamYard just to not have these problems, just for convenience. I can't be asked. I can't be bothered.
You sent me the link, and I was thinking, what on earth is? Where am I being taken to? What's this?
Listen,
He's hacking you, bro. He's trying to hack you.
No, I'm seeing this, and I'm like, what is this layout?
We've got everybody in the building. We've got Younes. We have got Matisse. I do want to say thank you, both of you, for joining this stream, this birthday stream, and hopefully,
happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Appreciate you, man. But listen, as I was explaining the story, because I need to do things very structurally under the influence that I'm under, so I need to be very, very one at a time. I had an edible, right? The recommended dosage was take a quarter of it, yeah? But I decided to not only eat one, but to eat two. Because why not? You don't turn 34 every day. So here we are. Yeah, here we are. I'm seeing Fabrizio tweeted, and I'm seeing.
I was just about to see. What's he saying?
Do you know what? I'm gonna let you do that, Younes. You break the news.
Let me check that.
I'll be your what's his face? Who's on Sky Sports? The guy that they go to in the stadium all the time. What's his name?
Odom Wingy.
No. What? No. Chris Kamara.
That's it.
Hold on.
Give us the latest, Chris.
Nothing important.
Is this about De Zerbi? Is this about Casado?
Nothing. It's nothing. So yeah, the Casado one was retweeted. De Zerbi this is De Zerbi speaking on Casado, but that's just same old garbage that they've been speaking about. Oh, we're going to keep him. We're not going to respect his decision. So he's just giving the PR. So nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing. What's the chat on about?
I don't know. They just got us. So it's just basically a remix of stuff that we've heard 1,000 times already. But do you know what? Do you know what?
But they are saying as well, maybe on your title, that the latest update is that Chelsea are willing to pay the 120 million euros, 105 million pounds, but they want to do it in installments, but not with the players now. They don't want to involve players.
I took that off the title. That's not in the title.
Clearly Benfica don't want to take Santos or Fofana or Ziyech or whoever else we are trying to throw their way. So now we're just trying to go installments money wise. So
I know. Fabrizio did tweet though. This is big. This is big. Anderlecht to sign Harry Toffolo on loan from Forest. That's a mega deal.
I saw. I didn't want to. I wanted you to break it.
For goodness sake, man. This is
big for the football world.
This is the last time I trust you lot in the chat. Yeah, stitching me up like that on my birthday of all days, bro. I was getting excited. I was thinking Chelsea have made the breakthrough with Rui Costa, who has finally accepted that Enzo doesn't want to play for Benfica and will be a Chelsea player. So we ain't got that yet. Unfortunately. But lads, it's been a bit of a saga. Beginning of the transfer window. I'll speak for myself. I was absolutely beside myself in excitement, hoping this thing was going to happen. I don't know where Younes is gone. His screen's just gone black. Is this a StreamYard thing again?
I'm here. Can you see me?
Peoples, can you see Younes on the screen? Why is he just gone? Why is he
Wait,
gone? There he is.
Younes
There he is.
He's back now. He's back.
I'm here.
So we made
You did disappear, but now you're back.
He's back.
I see. They didn't want me breaking that news about the geezer from Forest.
Yeah, they weren't happy, bruv. They
weren't prepared for that.
They put you in the sin bin. And he's he's gone again.
Listen, OBS is getting a fuck no from me.
Yeah,
at this point, you know what I'm saying?
This is.
I am here to kind of review this, how this goes. I'm here to kind of scout, as they say. You know, I'm here to do the scouting, cross the T's, cross the T's and the C's, see if this is something I'd like to delve into.
Yeah.
I'm not here for it.
Yeah,
but I'm really not here for it.
You've got to remember that I'm fried like a potato. Now this is actually starting to do my Sweden, and this might actually be. You're right. This actually might have to be the last time that that
OBS hype.
OBS is in the bin, cuz. Yeah, this is getting on my nerves. Yeah.
I don't mind doing OBS as a solo. 100% I'll run it, but
with other people.
Never done it.
Yeah, when it's party time.
I ain't never
like
done
this.
it.
This is what's going on with Younes' camera?
He's given the edible to his OBS units. That is mad. That is such a mad copy. Yo, OBS is chewing away.
There we go. Look, he's back. He's back.
Can you see and hear me just on our call on our screen?
Yeah.
You can see and hear me normal, yeah?
We can, yeah. And the people
can it's the stream.
As well.
On the stream, it's I'm disappearing. I don't know why.
Who knows? Who knows? But you're here for now, and he's here to stay. Listen, OBS, do me a favor. If you're listening, don't do this to me on my birthday, bro. And I'm fried. Yeah, now I've got... Now you go on.
No, I was just going to say, big up Italy in the chat saying the Matrix has attacked. That is exactly what's happened. The Matrix is onto me.
Hey, someone said Rui Costa's hijacking the stream. He's had enough. All right, so we obviously had a bid at the beginning of January, 85 million euros, and that was it. And to me, it stunk of an opening bid, except Chelsea missed one massive important detail that Rui Costa and them man weren't playing about. They said, brother, what's all this about opening bid and that? 85 M's, bro. Yeah, we want release clause or nothing. Yeah, what's all this about? So that's how I knew it was an opening bid, but we just went about it the wrong way. Let me start with you, Matisse. If this bid gets rejected, can you see us going in for a third and final time, especially if we don't sign another midfielder?
I don't even know if this bid is even like been officially made. I don't know if it's just like they've said, "Oh, this is what we could give you. Is this something you'd be interested in?" Before I think in this situation, the last thing Chelsea want to do is put a bid down that they know Benfica are going to reject. So I don't know if this is kind of like talks, kind of like a offer that's not really on the table yet, but it's something that could be on the table if they're agreeing to it. Now with Benfica, we kind of screwed ourselves over, like you said, because we played around. We said we would pay the release clause. Then we kind of tried to change the way that we would operate because the player went on strike and the player wants to come to us. And then we thought, oh, let's see if we can get a little cheaper deal here. And Benfica were like, hold on a second. And this was the same from the beginning. Benfica said it very clearly from the beginning. This player is not moving unless you're paying the release clause up front, not installments, not with players, not with, wonderful meals, not with anything other than the flat out upfront fee. And now they're trying to increase the release clause. They want to increase it, but of course they'd have to sign a new contract with Enzo to get that done. But apparently Rui Costa wants to up the release clause because he feels like it's too low, which is fair enough. But yeah, I feel like we've now got on their bad side. So again, unless we pay it up front, which we clearly can't do because it's FFP, because let's be real, we got the money. I think Todd would pay 105 million release clause right now, and he would just bring the player in, but he can't do it maybe for FFP. So it's clearly something we can't do.
Well, we just got to give him a 10-year contract, don't we?
No, because with release clauses, that's the problem. With release clauses, even if we were to give the 8-9 year contract and amortization, right? You can't do that because the release clause, that goes onto the books up front because you're paying to release that player out of his contract. Whereas when we pay a fee,
whereas a transfer fee,
whereas a transfer fee, you're bidding. There's a negotiation there, and you can then amortize that fee across the contract. But when you're bidding, when you're just paying a release clause, you're basically effectively buying him out. So that's going straight onto the books.
Doesn't the release clause, even if you were to pay that, as long as you get him on a certain deal, that release clause can get spread across your books by each year? Can't that be done?
Nope.
Oh wow,
that's the problem. That's the problem.
In the Basque regions and in Portugal, I don't know if it's all the other leagues in Europe, but I know for sure them two, release clause must be paid in full with tax, or the players not going nowhere, bruv.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you can. Yeah. Say you.
But you
pay
can't. You can't.
Say you pay the money.
Books. Yeah, on the books.
I mean, on the books, you can't spread it across the contract.
Nope. It's got to be one hit. Bam.
Yeah. Straight up.
Blimey. All right.
So that's the only way. But so Younes,
we've got to get rid.
So Younes, obviously, we're hearing there from Matisse some factual stuff. Benfica have put their foot down and they've said numerous times, release clause or nothing, release clause or nothing. However, we also have to bear in mind that they're not going to get as much money in the summer for the player. Although, quite like you said, Matisse, that Rui Costa is trying to get him on a new contract for 150 million release. For me, Enzo's made it clear that he would want the move to the Premier League. And if he's going to do something like that, that's going to massively hurt his chances in coming in the summer if he can't come in January. So in terms of that, I'm a bit skeptical on that if the player does want the move. But I also feel, though, if we up the initial lump sum up front, let's say, for example, because this seems like a very prideful team, and Rui Costa seems very powerful, 100 million euros up front, right? Final offer. This is what I'm guessing. 100 million euros up front, 27 million spread over the contract over the duration of the contract. Do you think that would be a bit more tempting? Because they're not getting nothing near that in the summer.
We don't know though. A lot of teams need midfielders. And if new money comes in, Manchester United are changing ownership.
It only makes it more expensive.
A double pivot next to Casemiro would look pretty damn good. Liverpool changing ownership. They desperately need him in midfield. Real Madrid, I've been watching them. They have no Tchouaméni. They desperately need a player like Enzo Fernandez in their midfield. Yeah, they're suffering right now. Camavinga or bust, and he's been moved to left back sometimes to invert, like Zinchenko.
Camavinga's doing what?
He's doing left back. He's doing left back duty at times. He did it for France. He's actually playing like a little Zinchenko sometimes. Yeah. Because Mendy's in and out with injuries.
Nah. We've got a free Camavinga, bro.
So
this is
listen,
unacceptable.
If they want to move it to the summer, obviously there's other players like Bellingham But personally, I don't really want Bellingham. I've said that months ago. Like, I prefer Enzo over Bellingham because I feel like Bellingham's a great player, but for what we actually need, our wants and needs, Enzo's ticking more than boxes than Bellingham is. So for me, there's definitely options out there on the market, but Enzo is right up there. This is a young player of the tournament in the World Cup. Like, if you look at him statistically, what he's doing in the Portuguese league, no more of this Matisse Younes talk.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he is shitting on all of that.
Yeah, please.
All of that Matisse Younes chat from Wolverhampton Wanderers and whatnot. Brother, if you look at Enzo, what he's doing statistically, Lord Jesus, this guy.
This is
wow.
Matisse. This is what I said. Yeah, I said I seen a small sample size of this guy, and people said I was jumping the gun. I said I can tell you now, when it comes to seeing special players, I don't really get it wrong. And I saw like 3 or 4 games of this guy, and immediately what like caught on was his gaming intelligence. Not just that, it was the fact that he's got the execution to match his thought process. And that makes him stupid dangerous, bro. And we need that in our team. This is why I don't even care. I don't care about no one else. I don't care about Bellingham, quite rightly, like you said. I don't care about that. Enzo Fernandez is that guy that will revolutionize that midfield, yeah? And if we get a Lavia or somebody behind that pivot, Lord, things automatically start to look different. Younes, give me some of your feelings on this. Come the 1st of February, will Enzo be wearing a Chelsea shirt? Yes or no?
If what's come out today is true, I think yes. So if what we've heard that Chelsea are willing to get to 120 million euros, regardless of how that's paid, or Benfica at the end of the day got Enzo not long ago for a bargain, and now they're making nearly 10 times the money that they bought him for. Like, it's ridiculous in the space of 1 year. So if it came to it, I think they will end up negotiating, because I don't think a chance like that's going to come again. So if that is the case, as I've said, and it's true that Chelsea have accepted and gone, yeah, okay, we'll take 120 and we'll negotiate how it's done, then I think he'll end up being a Chelsea player. If it's not true and we find out it's not legit, then yeah, my voice is echoing apparently. I have no idea why.
You are fine on my end.
Yeah, I can.
You're also...
I've even tested on. Yeah, I even tested on my end before. Mate, your OBS is screwed.
Also, on top of what you're saying as well, though,
yeah.
For me, the best way of getting Enzo, I personally don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to lie. I can't call this. I'm more in the camp of it not happening purely because of what we've been doing with Benfica up until this point. And I do believe I don't know if they can get the same money, but they're going to get a lot of money. And remember, they have their own targets and ambitions. They're still in the Champions League, and they're top of their league at the moment. And I'm sure they want to secure that. Last season, Porto won it. And they weren't even in the top 2. Sporting came second. Yeah. I think the best chance of us getting Enzo is, yes, installments up to the release clause. So you're paying the same money, but over installments, because we can't afford to do it outright. But loan him back to the end of the season. Loan him back to the end of the season.
I'd accept that.
Do the same thing
100.
you did with Gusto.
100.
Let him stay there, because remember, we're getting him late.
That's true, you know.
So
yeah, that's the point.
Do they have the time to replace him? All that kind of stuff. We have to take that into account. So, and I wouldn't even be surprised if they go and buy Enzo Lafite from Lorient as the replacement. Different Enzo. Do you know what I'm saying? Different day. So for me, but listen, loan him back. We want him this season. We need him, but the season is coming towards an end. We're in 2 competitions, one of them which we're 10th, and we have a lot of difficult away ties. Yes, I expect us to play much better after the break. I expect us to be a lot easier to watch. I expect us to pick up wins and move up the table. But where do we go to max? I'd say probably 6th, probably Europa League, maybe 5th. We're not going to get Champions League, in my opinion, via the league.
Could we win 5th or 6th? Surely.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best I can hope for is Europa League. But look at who's ahead of us. The teams ahead of us. Look at Brighton. Look at Brighton today. Brighton or not, you're not just gonna just pass Brighton for fun. Like, you're gonna have to fight Brighton. Yeah, like, facts. you want Brighton and Fulham and Brentford and their places. You better fight
all of them, man.
So, and then you got Champions League. Listen, for me, I've never been a fan of trying to by the Champions League in terms of like you're trying to build your team for the Champions League. Like you do need to, both times we won the Champions League, we didn't do it on purpose via the market. That wasn't the plan. Do you know what I mean? We just won it because it kind of landed on our doorstep. So it's better to get him than to waste time and not get him because we want him now for Champions League. We can go again Champions League next year, year after. For me, Potter, this is his first season in the Champions League. So I'm not expecting him to win it. And yeah, it's great to have a dream, but it's more important to get the player for the summer. Make sure we have the player for next season. Because when Real Madrid come in and all these other teams, it's going to be very, very long. It's going to be a very long day. So if you can loan him back and get him for this season, you can get him for next season, then perfect. But I don't know if they're going to try that.
It is a tool for leverage, like we done with Gusto, because as Matisse said, like we're in a situation where we're not competing for anything. There's a Champions League, and that's basically it. We're going to try and get a Conference League place and win the one trophy we've never won before. That would be funny. But if that's the only thing that we're actually fighting for, then it would be leverage to try and, if it's going to help get the deal done, to just keep Enzo where he is until the end of the season, like we done with Gusto. It's definitely something that would help. So
I'm just looking to see if there's been any more updates on this whole situation.
Nah, there's nothing.
There doesn't seem to be any updates. But I think for us,
we can only register so many players as well.
Yeah, in the Champions League.
How many players are not going to get registered? Bro. Yeah, when that registration drops for Champions League, you're going to see some big names missing from that. Proper
that's
first
calm.
team.
If they ain't got a future at the club, I couldn't care less, bruv.
It's just going to be.
But come home, mate.
My thing is Potter's got to manage these guys for the rest of the season. He's actually got to say hello, greet these men. Imagine having 35 players to talk to you every day in training session. Like you're trying to put down a style, you're trying to put down a system, but you've also got to cater to 35 players. There's a reason why the top managers don't actually want a massive squad. A lot of them, they like to work with, a set amount of players. They got like maybe 16, 17 key players, and then they got some youngsters. Because for this reason, my expectations of Potter are weird because I expect us to get better. I expect us to win games. I expect us to play a better brand of football. We just brought in a whole heap of players. But mentally, the other side of it, personality-wise, in terms of dealing with people on a daily basis, that side of things, keeping these people at least content to a level where they don't disturb the dressing room. When you got 35 players in your squad, that is borderline impossible to do. So when you're trying to train and teach and coach, you've got to involve everyone. You can't say, I'm going to work with these 22, man, and the other 10, 15 of you go chill with the reserves. That's not going to happen. So you've got to include everyone. So now when you're trying to translate information, you've got to do it to more people. That's going to take longer. All of these things, we're not really thinking about as fans when we deep it. He's got to walk through them doors every day and shake all of these man's hands and talk to them and get to know them and personality and keep them happy. And bro, we're taking the mick with this emotional intelligence degree. I'm telling you, it's going to be long. It's going to be long. So I'm not even trying to see too many more permanent signings that are actually in the club right now. I don't mind loaning him. Even Gusto, people are like, oh, we need him so we could go for this, that. Bro, we have Reece, Aspie, and Trevor can play there as well. Like, how much do you think Gusto is going to develop in this environment? We need to.
Well,
this is the thing. Even if we were competing for things, okay, but if we're not, and the season's a write-off, and there's no point.
Bro, we don't have enough games to give out. We don't have enough games. We play once a week. If we got out to Dortmund, we play once a week.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's. I've got. I don't know, because you see, for me, because the flip side of it is like, cut your losses now with players that just don't have a future, and just tell them, listen, whatever, just train, just be responsible in that, but understand that you are fringe now. That can be
hostile though, isn't it? Like, because we got till May. Can't. Like from now until May, you got to tell these guys, yo, you're just showing up for training, you ain't playing.
Yeah, true.
That can destroy the
catastrophic, innit?
It can destroy the training ground environment, not the dressing room.
Remember, there's new players that you got to look after as well. There's new players that are happy-go-lucky, like Mudryk, Felix are still doing their flicks. We ain't trying to poison these brothers. Yeah. Poison Chalice FC, Contamination FC. This is why we have to be very careful, and Potter has to play it very smart. You might see Aubameyang come off the bench and be like, why did he bring him on? To keep him fucking quiet. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you need to keep that ecosystem as healthy as possible to the summer.
Yeah.
So you don't taint the new guys, but then at the same time, in the summer, then you can try and clear the old guys. And Someone said in the chat, yeah, our best chance of qualifying for the Champions League is via winning it. 100%. But it's a knockout tournament. You don't plan your seasons around knockout tournaments. You plan your season around the league. We're 10th. That's where we are. That's the level of our team. Hence why when we win the Champions League and we finish 4th on the final day, there needs to be some perspective as to how good we actually are. What are we actually? You can be kings of Europe and still not actually the best team in the world or the best team in Europe. And that's a very important thing to note. We don't build our team around our Champions League, knockout stage, VAR, last minute goal from Rodrigo. Oh my God, our whole season's shattered. No. League. What are you doing in the league? We're 10th.
Facts.
So that's what we are. We're 10th.
Facts.
Whatever happens in the Champions League happens. That's a bonus. That's a knockout tie.
All right, so there's a comment here. Stretford End Red W16. I don't even know if you're trolling or not. But if you are trolling, bruv, yeah, and you're just doing this to try and get a reaction, please stop listening to deranged lunatics that have a very, very short vocabulary. You understand? People that have very limited talk. This guy don't know what he's talking about. I've never been on the platform. I don't think I've seen Younes on it, and Matisse is just there sometimes. So this is what happens.
Last time I was on there was 2015.
You see what I'm saying? So this is what happens when you're listening to deranged lunatics that keep shouting things like minerals and these things there, blood. Stop listening to people like that, bruv. Yeah? Full stop. Donut, blood. Don't come around here talking rubbish, bro. That guy he's not welcome around here. And he got the message that I already sent him, and he knows it. Yeah, that's why I never said nothing afterwards. Keep it that way.
In the chat though, they're saying keep play Aubameyang to keep him happy. Listen, I would love to do what Guni's saying. Scrap everyone, dash them to the reserves, don't use them.
Yeah,
I don't want to
ideal.
see Aubameyang on the pitch. Everybody knows this. Everybody who knows me knows I don't want to see Aubameyang on this pitch. I didn't even want him signed. So I am the utmost against seeing him for as little as minutes as possible. I'm just saying, if Potter brings him on, just understand that side of things. It's not as easy as, just never use this player ever again, because you have to greet this man every morning. It's not as simple as that.
It's mad awkward, but I don't know. I hear what you're saying, because the players that we like and some of these new players, they might have been welcomed in by players like Aubameyang. They might really like this player. So imagine now, if the coach gets on the wrong side of him and he's like, oh well, look, the coach is treating me this way. It might affect relationships elsewhere. So I do hear what you're saying, Matisse. But to be honest,
he does need to be ruthless, though. I get you.
Yeah,
he needs to be. But do you know what it is? Yeah, there's so many layers to this, because I want him to be ruthless and to say, I don't want this player, I don't want that player, I don't want this player. But these players are not easy to move. They're on big wages. Their contracts are not running out. And when you think about it, it's like, I'm going to do a video on this soon anyway. When you look at the players that we have coming back to Cobham, it's going to be like the Avengers. There's a lot of players coming back, but one of them being Lukaku. How are you going to move these guys? How are you going to move these guys on 200, 300K a week with bare years left on their contract? One, their market, nobody really wants them. Two, Europe is broke. Inter Milan have no money. They just said they got no money. Their budget is zero. How do we give you that much money for Lukaku and that much money for Hakimi from PSG and you ain't got no money? How does that make sense?
Pocket.
How you ain't got no money?
Do you know what's funny?
So where are we going to move these players to?
Do you know what's mad though, Matisse and Younes? This will be maybe potentially some good news for you. So I've seen a tweet. It is from Calcio Mercato. I don't know how reliable that is, but for somebody,
they're a bit give and take.
They're a bit shaky, are they? All right, so people just take this as you will.
Think of it like the sun.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes they get it right, most times wrong.
Okay, so this is what was said. Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Juve, Newcastle, and Tottenham are all interested in signing Romelu Lukaku this summer. Pinch of salt or
they're not that stupid.
Yeah. All right. So immediately,
all of those clubs are dumb. There's no way. There's no way. Spurs maybe. No, the rest.
So immediately that's in the bin. You get me? Yeah, that's in the bin. He ain't going.
Name the clubs again.
Atletico. I think it was Atletico, Juve, Bayern Munich, Newcastle, and Tottenham. I think. Let me see if I was right.
Do you know what? Yeah, I can hear Atletico and Tottenham.
I can even hear Juve because Juve are in a situation now where they're legally the fraudulent activities made them get punished. So I can understand why, if they're scraping the barrel, fair enough. But they're gonna have to, innit? Because police are on their case.
I'm not buying Newcastle, and I'm not buying
Bayern Munich,
no way.
no way.
Bayern Munich
no
are
way.
not going to
No.
spend that kind of
But
money
because
on
you see,
Lukaku.
They're not dumb.
because he's mentioned a couple Fugazi ones, it makes me believe the whole thing is a lie. Because you don't mention a couple Fugazi clubs like that and think you're going to get away with it, and then I'll believe the rest of the report. Like some of those make sense, but some of them don't. Bayern Munich, they put their players through military. They don't have Lukaku's chilling, overweight, yamming on donuts and whatnot, or whatever's going on over there for that man. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, strict policy, play, make sure you're fit. Look at when Coutinho went there. That brother beefed up like crazy. Looked like he used some sort of WWE wrestler. They're not going to part with Lukaku's wishy-washy mentality, man. It's not going to happen.
Everyone in the chat saying take it with a bucket of salt. Like, it's just not happening. So yeah, my dream has been killed there. But go on, Younes.
It's a point that they're mentioning in the chat. It's a point. And when he joined and people were worried about if we're going to get him on a permanent, it's something that I said and I thought of. Try and get him to go to Atletico. Put him a part of the deal with Felix. Absolutely. Like whatever you can get for Lukaku to throw him into a deal for Felix, do it. If Atletico are actually interested and they're willing to listen to that, throw him in. That would be brilliant.
Okay, so just with the closing 5 minutes of this stream, because I know you guys have got your other streams to do, and I just actually forgot, bruv. But all things considered, with the edibles, I think I've done all right. And with the OBS
You've done great,
catastrophe,
man. You've done really
yeah,
good.
this is how you know, bruv. You just got to keep it together in your mind, and everything will just roll accordingly. You get me? But yeah, it's looking like I have a mad feeling. I have a feeling, yeah, and I'm gonna end it on this. Smash the like button first before I give you my feeling, people. Smash up that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. We are actually on the way to 20K, man. So if you can help us get there sooner rather than later, would really appreciate it, bruv. Yeah, so do that for me. Hit that join button as well if you want to support the channel even further. All of that good stuff. But here's my thoughts, yeah? If we shit the bed on all the other midfield signings or there's nothing that becomes available by the 31st of January, I think we're going to see what we've seen many times from Chelsea Football Club, and that is a panic move. I didn't say panic buy, I said panic move. Now that panic move, right, could be that Todd says, fuck it. We might not get this guy in the summer, 120 release clause, we might as well just pull the trigger right now. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll sell some players we're going to get some players out the door. That might be able to free a little bit of money to get some players elsewhere. I have a weird feeling it's going to happen. It's not going to be the best way for it to be done. Obviously, I personally would rather they negotiated outside the release clause. However, Todd has said before he came to the club, when he stepped into the club, I want a superstar marquee signing. And we haven't seen it yet. We ain't seen it yet. Could this be that guy? What do you two think? Is that a plausible conspiracy theory, or is this doing too much conspiracy theory?
I think when he said that, he meant like Neymar, Ronaldo.
Exactly. Yeah.
When he said that, he was still doing the edibles. Like he was still thinking that.
Okay, so he went to my
Yeah, he was doing the edibles back then. He was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna just bring in Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe. I'm gonna be yeah." And then Tuchel was like, "No, that's not how that works." And so Enzo Fernandez wouldn't really be that guy because his stock isn't high.
It's not marquee.
Yeah, it's not marquee. Like
he's just got a high value
like,
because of
I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, no, I think it's a great deal. It's a great signing and it's exciting, but I wouldn't call it marquee purely because we're still Chelsea Football Club. There's a reason why he's going on strike to try and join us. Like we got a lot of players that we've had at this football club. Like when you come in here, we're gonna be excited. Cool, you done your thing at Benfica, River Plate, Argentina World Cup. Cool, but when you come here, make sure you deliver, innit? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you still handle your business because this is Chelsea. Like you're coming to Chelsea. We ain't this ain't Tottenham. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Conte. Oh, I fucking love you. Oh my God, I'll fucking wash the feet. You know what I'm saying? Wipe. Put your coat down on the puddles and walk over the rain and whatnot. We don't do that around here. You serve us. We are your leader. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Younes.
I mean, as I said, like I don't think it's marquee, especially at his age, what he's done and whatnot. Yeah, he's a World Cup winner now, but I think it's the fee. It's just because of the fee. If it wasn't for the fee, I don't think this would be seen as marquee. It'd be seen as, oh yeah, it's a good signing. Marquee, I think, would have been, yeah, if we could get Neymar, or if even at his age. But say if we end up getting Ronaldo, like Todd Bowley initially wanted to, that would be seen as the marquee. Like, it's about the name and how big it is. That's basically it, which I don't think we're going to end up doing anyway. I think as time goes on, these owners begin to understand more in terms of how football as a whole works and what Chelsea need, and they begin to learn even more day by day. They've just walked in, so we have to be logical with that. But without a doubt, in terms of what the team needs, getting Enzo, for us as fans, we can accept that as the marquee if we really want to, because we are in dire need of a midfielder of that caliber. So if that comes in, then we're sorted.
Luis saying Felix is marquee. However, he's not permanently a Chelsea player yet. Yeah, but to me, yeah, I know you two don't see Enzo as marquee just yet. But to me, I'm looking several years down the line, and I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, he's gonna be in the higher. He's gonna be in the elite echelons of football.
Oh yeah, 100%.
People are saying the same for Mudryk as well. People are going, wait and see what happens with Mudryk, because there's high hopes in terms of what he can actually achieve or the amount of power and blitz that he can bring. So we'll see what happens with him too.
Let's see. People, this one was going to be short and sweet. I do appreciate the time that Younes and Matisse did have to spare, because they are very busy today. So I'm very appreciative of both of your time. Obviously, my 34th birthday today. So I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my day with my kids. Probably going to have two friends come over and that. Have some celebrations. After the kids go to bed, I'm a responsible dad, people. Don't worry. I operate and I function perfectly. Yeah, I don't do nothing stupid like that.
More than you can believe.
Yeah, more than you can believe. You already know this now, man. Come on now. Yeah. So that's just going to be my day. I'm chilling, and I'm going to celebrate the news when Enzo Fernandez does sign for Chelsea on the 29th of January. I'm going to be intolerable to people. I told you so. My birthday was special. Enzo Fernandez signed. That's going to be the message for the rest of the season. So if you do want that to happen, listen, spam Todd Bowley's Twitter account. Tell him to make it happen. He looks at the tweets. He likes transfer news. Get onto Todd Bowley. Bring this guy to my club. Right now, yeah.
Can I just say, there is news from Fabrizio. If we want to mention this as we end, Forest are in advanced talks to sign Felipe, centre back. What a deal! Pick up the Forest.
That's twice you've done that now, Younes.
Yeah, you got
twice.
me there.
Yeah, that's twice, because it's you of all people no one expects it from. So now you just got me twice, bro. You got us twice. Anyway, listen, on that note, people, smash that subscribe button. The Mandem's links are in the description. You already know what to do with that. Hit them, follow if you ain't already. Thoughts in the comments straight after the video. Enzo in, Gareth Southgate out. Bless up, people.